Hello, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a 60-minute power class. We're going to be working on our shoulders, coming into dolphin, just working on the shoulders here a little bit, and the core. So we're going to go ahead and start in child's pose today. So go ahead and come to your mat, knees out wide, big toes touching, sink your hips back to your heels. Arms in front of you here. Just relax your forehead on the mat. Bringing your shoulders off of the mat today. Maybe coming up to your fingertips. Feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders. And wherever you are today, just become aware of your breath. Trying not to worry about anything that is happening outside of this room. Just focusing on yourself for the next 60 minutes. Building strength. And connecting with yourself a little bit more each posture we take. Let's go ahead and come into our Ujjayi breathing. Just go and inhale, deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, deep exhale out your mouth. Do that 2 more times. Deep inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through the mouth. This time, go ahead and deep inhale through the nose. Maybe hold at the top. And seal your lips and take a deep exhale out the nose. Let's go ahead and thread the needle. So bring your right arm under your left, bringing your shoulder and your right palm on the mat. You can keep your left arm, your left hand on the mat, or you can come into a half wrap by just bringing your left arm behind you, bringing your left hand to your right hip. And let's go ahead and release and just take that on the other side. So left arm comes under the right, placing your left shoulder and your left palm on the mat. Left ear relaxes on the mat. Again, you can stay right here, or you can come into that half wrap, bringing your right arm behind you, bringing your right hand to your left hip. Go ahead and release here. Let's come into tabletop, all fours. So bring your knees hip width apart. Press your palms into the mat, lifting up your shoulders. Let's go ahead and take a couple rounds of cats and cows. So go ahead and drop the belly, gaze up for cow. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up for cow. And exhale, go ahead and round the spine, tuck the chin. One more time, go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. And exhale, round the spine for cat. Go ahead and take a couple more at your own pace. Doing what's best for you today. You can take some barrel rolls. You can twist your wrists around, bringing your fingers to facing your knees for a little wrist stretch. And then go ahead and come back to center and lift your right leg behind you, flex your foot. Bring your left arm straight up in front of you, bringing your shoulder away from your ears. Go ahead and inhale, lengthen here. And exhale, bring your knee to your elbow, round the spine. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, knee to elbow, tuck the chin, try to connect. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Exhale, elbow to knee, tuck the chin, round the spine. And inhale, lengthen. This time, bring your left arm back and try to grab your right foot. For this tiny back bend here, opening up the shoulder. And then go ahead and release. We'll do that on the other side. So go ahead and lift your left leg right behind you, flex your foot, and bring your right arm straight out in front of you, bringing your shoulder away from your ear. Go ahead and inhale, lengthen, and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, knee to elbow, tuck the chin. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, and this time go ahead and bring your right arm behind you, grabbing your left foot with your right hand. You can gaze up. And then go ahead and come back to center. Next, we'll just come into a modified side plank. So go ahead and keep your right knee on the mat, right hand on the mat, lifting your left arm to the sky. You can challenge yourself by lifting this left leg up in the air, or just try to find balance where you're at today. Let's go ahead and come back to center and just take that on the other side. So left knee, left palm stays on the mat, right arm reaches for the sky. Again, you can stay right here or try to lift that right leg up, flexing the back foot for a little more of a challenge. Let's go ahead and come back to center. And then slowly we're going to come all the way down to the mat, to your belly. And we'll come into Ashtanga Locust. So go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back, bringing your shoulders back with you. Connect your big toes and heels together. Go ahead and exhale all your air. And inhale, lift your chest, lift your thighs off the ground. Bring your shoulders back one more inch. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, go ahead and release all the way down to the mat. And let's go ahead and come back up to tabletop. And then go ahead and come to down dog. So go ahead and tuck your toes, lift your hips, find your first downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here a little bit. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Feet are hip width apart. Fingers spread out nice and wide. And shake your head yes, shake your head no. Let's go ahead and look to the top of our mats, bend your knees, take baby steps forward. Let's go ahead and find a quick ragdoll. So bend your knees as much as you need to, grabbing opposite elbows, relaxing your head and your neck down. Swing side to side if this feels good. Maybe bend and straighten one leg and the other. Go ahead and come into a forward fold. So go ahead and bring your feet together. Bend your knees as much as you need to, bringing the palms outside of your feet. Relax your head and neck down. Go ahead and sweep your hands overhead, palms touch, gaze up. Relax your shoulders. And inhale, go ahead and come into Tadasana, arms by your side. We'll run through a couple of sun salutations. So go ahead and inhale, sweep your arms overhead, gaze at your thumbs, palms touch. And exhale, with a slight bend of the knees, go ahead and come down with a flat back, forward fold. Exhale, inhale, halfway lift. Bring your fingertips to the mat, lengthening your spine. You can bring your hands to your shins. Go ahead and exhale, jump or step back to plank. Come halfway down for Chaturanga, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog, straightening your arms, bringing your thighs off the mat, tops of the feet on the mat. And exhale, go ahead and lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Be here for about 5 breaths. You can pedal out the feet and legs a little bit more here. Just warming up the body. Go ahead and exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. And inhale, jump or step forward, halfway lift, extend the spine. And exhale, begin to fold forward, let it all go. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch, gaze up at your thumbs. And exhale, Tadasana, arms by your side. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. And exhale, forward fold, come down with a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the mat, gaze in front of you. And exhale, jump or step back to plank or chaturanga. Come halfway down or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, gaze up. And exhale, lift your hips. Slowly come back to downward facing dog. We'll be here for another 5 breaths. Try to keep your lips sealed throughout class today. Let's go ahead and exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Inhale, jump or step to the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch, gaze up. And exhale, Tadasana, arms by your side. Let's go ahead and come just to a simple twist. So go ahead and bring your right arm to the outside of your thigh. Reach this left arm up and over. Feeling this nice side stretch on the left rib cage. And then exhale, go ahead and come back to center. We'll do that on the other side. So left hand comes to the outside left thigh. Sweep your right arm up and over to the left. Find your breath here. Go ahead and come back to center. And inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch, gaze up. And exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, go ahead and find your flow. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna start flowing here. So find your breath. Go ahead and inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Make sure your hips are squared, flex your back foot. And exhale, sweep your right leg forward for warrior 1, left heel drops. Bring your arms overhead, gaze up at your thumbs. Left hip comes forward, right hip back. Lunge into that right leg a little bit more. Then go ahead and come into eagle arm. So go ahead and bring your right arm under your left. Try to meet your palms together. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, take a baby back bend here in your warrior 1. Then come back to center and slowly round the spine, coming into eagle arms. Tuck your chin. Go ahead and come back to center. Release your arms overhead in your warrior 1. And then come into warrior 2. So widen your stance a little bit. This right leg is going to still be bent. Make sure your heels are in line with each other. Tuck your tailbone, arms straight and strong. And go ahead and come into high pyramid. So go ahead and straighten this right leg, bringing your arms out wide. And then exhale, come into goddess pose. So bring your hands to heart center, bend both knees here. Keep your tailbone tucked, just gaze up, gaze in front of you. And let's go ahead and bring our hands to our inner thighs here. Bring your left shoulder to the center, gazing over this right shoulder. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Do that on the other side. Right shoulder comes to center. Gaze that over that left shoulder. And then go ahead and come back to center. Come back to warrior two. Bend that front leg. And then come to reverse warrior. So go ahead and reach in front of you, bringing this right arm over and up to the left. Not losing that lunge in that right leg. Inhale, one more breath here. And exhale, go ahead and windmill your hands down and take your flow. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side. So go ahead and lift your left leg up to the sky, square your hips, flex your foot. And go ahead and sweep your left leg forward between your hands, coming into warrior one, pressing your back pinky toe into the mat, lunging in this left leg a little bit more, arms overhead, gazing up by your thumbs, right hip forward, left hip back this time. Go ahead and come into eagle arms here, so go ahead and bring your left arm under your right, palms touch. If not, just reach where you can today. Go ahead and inhale and exhale. Go ahead and take a tiny back bend here. Come back to center. Round the spine here, bringing your left elbow to your left knee. And go ahead and come back to center. Release the arms, bring them up overhead. And then find your warrior two. So open up your stance a little bit here. Heels line with each other, arms straight and strong. Gaze up at your middle finger. Lunge a little bit deeper in this left leg. And then go ahead and straighten this leg and come into shooting star. Toes out wide, arms out wide. Open up your chest. Inhale. And exhale, let's come into goddess pose. So bring your hands to heart center. Bend both legs. Make sure you're tucking the tailbone. And again, let's bring both hands to the inner thighs. Go ahead and bring your right shoulder to the center this time, gazing over at the left shoulder. Coming back to center. Do it on the other side. So left shoulder comes to center, gazing up over that right shoulder. One more breath here. Let's go ahead and come back to goddess pose. And then straighten that back leg. Warrior two. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and over to the right. Feeling this nice stretch on the side body on the left side. Inhale, one more reach. And exhale, go ahead and windmill your hands down and take your flow. All meeting in downward facing dog here. Take a couple of deep breaths here today, seeing where you're at. And then we're gonna come into Navasana boat pose. So go ahead and bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, and exhale, jump or step through the hands, coming into boat. Go ahead and lift both legs together. You can bring your hands behind your knees for some support, or you can bring your arms up to the side. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and cross the ankles. Bring just your toes to the mat and lift your hips up. Let's do that again, bringing your legs up to boat pose. Maybe trying to straighten your legs a little bit more this time. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and cross your ankles, bringing just your toes to the mat and lift. And then go ahead and roll over your legs and take your flow. Go ahead and come into Chaturanga, upward facing dog. and your downward facing dog. We're gonna flow again here. So go ahead and lift your right leg high, three-legged dog,